Well, hello, Blue Troopers, and welcome back to the TARDIS. While I'm at the workbench, I have just wrapped up what I'm going to do for the day. I've been working on this T26E4 from Hobby Boss, and my impressions so far are pretty positive. Almost ridiculously detailed. The bogies, you have a full torsion bar suspension in here. You have two-piece shock absorbers. You've got a 4-piece or 3-piece unit up for the articulating idler wheels and road wheel to them. There's a whole mechanism in there, and it all works. Now, I pre-painted a lot of stuff because I knew it'd be hard to get into here later. So there was just, but the tolerances are extremely tight. So you have to make sure that you don't paint over the areas that are going to be inserted into anything. Even the little tiny shock absorbers clip on and move and articulate. So I had a little bit of paint intrusion. I had to, clean some of it out because I let the paint get in there. But I figured it'd be easier than doing it afterwards, because there's no way I think you're going to be able to get in all these nooks and crannies afterwards. But maybe a little, sometimes some modelers use Vaseline or oil or various other things to put on those components. It both protects them from the paint, and also when you take it off, there's a little residue behind that helps lubricate them so they'll actually work a little better. Now, I think some people have converted this into an RC. It certainly, with enough work, could be done. The fit's very tight, but so far everything's gone without any argument. The design of the model follows the design of the vehicle with astonishing fidelity. And I have never built a tank this complicated. This is definitely not a Lindbergh or Aurora or Revell kit, but I have had a Tamiya tank, but I don't think I built it, but it was the T-34. A family friend built it. I don't know if I built a Tamiya tank or not, but I don't know how involved they get in the suspension. Now, the torsion bar suspension on this, I've always known roughly how they worked, but education coming through modeling again, I know exactly how they work now. And it's, again, you learn by building. And that's what we got done today. I haven't started on the engine or the turret or anything, so strictly working on the suspension system. And there's a couple of different shades. I used a couple of different shades of green to, give it a little accent, add a hint of variety, a little flair, sort of basically cover up for the fact that the spray paint didn't exactly match what was in the jar. Modeler's code. Now, one thing I did want to talk about was the tracks. If there's anything that you might call, pardon the pun, the weak link in all of this, is that it's got what are apparently vinyl tracks, and they're nice tracks, but they're vinyl, and we all know vinyl can only be made to look so good. I don't personally intend to invest in aftermarket tracks, but if you're a hyper modeler, you'll probably want to. I'll probably just all these down and hit them with mud and everything. I know that Trey was working on that, I think it was Tiger, and he went with the aftermarket tracks, which were resin, had to be linked. And I thought about it, and I won't 100% rule it out. I'm sure somebody makes aftermarket tracks for the 135 scale Pershing, but laziness. Anyway, but so far, I don't know. If the tank turns out really, really good and the tracks are really offsetting it, I might go ahead and shell out for them. But, and I know it's a load of extra work, but we all know my love affair with tracks. And apparently they have people all over the world looking for mines full of unobtainium to make these things out of. So, it's like completely unweldable, ungluable, if it's anything like the old Aurora tracks. But at least they gave you a lot more overlap to, not just the standard here, melt down these 2 holes, it'll fit just fine, kid. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. But I've got to give this overnight to harden. Didn't get a chance to get anything else. This occupied my time. I knew this was going to be a detailed kit, but it was more time consuming than I realized. And that's pretty much where we're at with that. Again, another busy day tomorrow, so I don't know how much model building I get done, or if I'll get any videos out. But and I got other stuff coming up. It's amazing how you get some time off, and you're busier than when you're at work. I guess nobody expects you to get anything done when you're at work because you're at work. But anyway, that's the chair. That is where we are with that. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, real quick before I go, one more thing. Some of you guys have been sending me pictures of your where you work, your workstation, some of your stashes and stuff. So I think I'm going to start kind of tacking those on to the end. So I assume you send them to me so we can share them. So that's the plan. And I'm getting a lot of great stuff in for the sci-fi build, and it's already had a bunch of beauties roll in, and that's keeps this right. That's going to be one long video, and also getting some really great stuff for the viewers build, the next viewers build, which I think is VB35. So that's where we're at with that, and I'll keep doing what I can do as time allows. Guys, take care of yourselves, and as always, model on. And that's what we got done. That's what we got done today. Yeah, there'll be a few outtakes.